I'm 24 years old. In the last 30 days, I've made $278,760.42. And I'm going to explain to you how exactly I do this without risking much money or overhead at all. Now, before we get into it, of course, this is what everybody wants to see. Let me scroll around so you know it's not Inspect Element. It's the real deal. Now, essentially what I do is I'm in dropshipping, right? I'm in e-commerce, but I don't do typical standard dropshipping. I do white label supplement sales. And so you can do white label for, different businesses. It could be clothing, it could be whatever. Supplements is just one of the more widely available categories for white label. So let me explain white label. White label means that they have a catalog of products sitting in a warehouse ready to be shipped, but they still get customized, right? So you can put on your label, your logo, your colors, your packaging, all this stuff to make it your own brand, right? It's an established brand at that point. But you have the dropshipping benefit because they have the product sitting there. Yes, the formulations are a little bit more general, right? More people are going to be selling that formula. But the key to making this work is that, one, it's not expensive, right? Because you're not buying inventory, you're not shipping from China. It's all US based, all the products there. They're handling fulfillment, shipping. There's no overhead, right? So that's why it's not that expensive to start. But the thing to keep in mind, the reason why this does not work for people don't really know about it, is because you're selling a more generic product, right? So we'll say you're selling an NAD plus gummy or NAD plus powder, right? Super popular. Tons of people are selling it right now. The thing is that 95% of the market is focused on the one pain point that everyone's selling for, right? So we'll say it's brain fog, right? So 90% of the sellers, whether they're doing white label or not, are selling to people with brain fog, right? And it might be 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, whatever, but all of them is brain fog, right? That's the main selling point for this massive billion-dollar market. What you're gonna do is just Google or use ChatGPT, whatever, find other benefits of that NAD plus, and then focus your entire website, logo, branding around that benefit. Now you're selling the same product, but you're selling it to a different audience. And this audience is going to be very untapped, but still see the formulation and be like, oh, I know this formula. This does work. I didn't know that it helped me with, my joint pain or, gut health or whatever it is. And you can just pivot and focus your brand on a different audience, a different pain point. And this will allow you to scale and get a massive piece of the market and not have to risk much money at all. And this is basically exactly what I did when I started. I just picked a generic formula and then figured out a different way to market it to something less served from the same formula that people already sell, right? That's what I did. I've scaled to 300K a month doing that. And now I have enough money that I'm pivoting to making my own products, doing R&D, building a legitimate brand that I want to sell for multiple 8 figures in a couple of years. So if you want to see me continue to build my brand and get to that 8-figure mark, I'm documenting the journey on this profile. So drop me a follow. I'm going to keep giving away as much sauce as possible.